Hi guys, it's me, Ghost, and you are tuning to Ghost Gaming 83. In today's video, we will shift our focus on what are some of the important factors in castle growth. Before we get into it, I'd like to give a shout out to Atlas Rex, whom always and will be my right wingman ever since day one. Shout out to Nye for letting me come and visit your server and answer some questions you guys provided. And of course, shout out to BRD Alliance for also hosting me over in their server. It is a great pleasure to meet new players in different server and answering your questions. Also guys, remember to like, subscribe, and of course turn on your notification. Now let's get back to the video. In today's video, we will be discussing 7 growth factors. 7 things you can do to grow your castle. Take it into consideration or not, this video will explain certain things that other Evony channel lacks to provide. It'll be a long video. On the bottom in the description, or I do have a timestamp certain section you can skip to if you felt a certain section was unnecessary. The first important thing that a player cannot, and I mean cannot forget, there are sometimes certain players do forget, but it is important that you always put on shield, aka bubble. Let's go to that right now. I recently had a post on my YouTube channel and I asked a question. The question was, what is your thoughts on the priority of a castle's growth? Option was shield, RSS, boss, SVS, or battlefield. 27% of you guys voted shield, 47% of you guys voted RSS, 8% voted boss, 16% voted SVS, and 2% voted battlefield. I find it interesting that the overall percentage was split and more leaning towards RSS. RSS is important, but reconsider this. If you do not have a shield to protect your asset, would you still have RSS? If you have troops, would you leave your castle unbubbled so that someone can come in and hit you and kill all your troops so that you can spend millions or perhaps billions healing them? In this case, shield is overall important, not only to new players, but veteran player also. Do not think that you have 100 million power or so, that you are mighty. There are others that are powerful than you, hit harder than you, and can overpower you at any split second. Some of you ask, how do I obtain shield? Please, let's take a look to the right where I will explain on how to obtain gems so you can buy shield to protect yourself. The first thing is buying packs. I know some of you are free to play player, but there are other ways that you can get gems beside buying packs. Here and there you will get special events, I think every maybe 2 or 3 weeks or so. Right now we have one day of a special event. This special event is a Children's Day, which start up on Memorial Day. Every single day it refresh. You will get $4.99 for 4 chests of 5k gems, so you're getting 20,000 gems. I think this is 10 super RSS chests and so on. And in that super RSS chest, you will get 1 million of each RSS. That's including farm, stone, wood, and ore. Okay, so basically you're getting about 10 million each of RSS. So that's the first thing, how to obtain gems, is to buying packs. Another thing that you can do to get shield is alliance shop. Now, once in a while, every 4 hours or so, in your alliance science technology, there's a red dot that is right here. You click on it and you're able to donate to your alliance technology. As you can see, I have only 21,000. I just spent 300,000 buying 3 of the 3-day shield. But For you to be able to buy stuff, okay, you need alliance honor. Your alliance honor and alliance points go hand in hand. Okay, so let's say if you join an alliance, your donation over time will equal to this on your right, alliance honor. Okay, but if you, let's say you have the same amount as your alliance honor and you use your alliance point to buy any shield or anything, or speed up or RSS or whatever, your alliance honor will still remain the same, but your alliance point will get deducted. Let's say I have 100,000 alliance point. I am going to go to alliance shop, scroll all the way down. For you to be able to activate your 3-day shield, you need to have at least 125 alliance honor to activate this 3-day shield. If you cannot get the 3-day shield, you can activate this 1-day 24-hour shield by 50,000 alliance honor. And if you have alliance point, enough alliance point, you can purchase it, which I did. I purchased 3 of this 3-day shield. Okay, so beside buying packs, you can buy shield from the donation points you donated to your alliance technologies. Another way of getting gems is through joining Battlefield. Bog and Boc. The reason why I choose Bog and Boc over SVS is this. With Bog and Boc, you go in, you can have millions of troops wounded, but the end of the day, when the battlefield is over, all your troops get healed automatically without spending your resource, speed up, or any expense on your account. It just automatically revives itself. By the end of the day, you will accumulate points. Whether you lose or win, you will be rewarded. If you lose, you'll be rewarded less. If you win, you'll be rewarded more. So today, my team and I, my alliance and I joined Boc, and we lost. My score that I've earned is 939, which rewarded me 20 million food, 20 million stone, 200 refining stone, 360 30 minutes speed up for healings. And then Boc time 8, which is the schedule that I picked, I gained 939. Boc gave me 220 batch. These batches you need to upgrade your Ares gear and your wander. Okay, I'll get to that in the next episode or so. You get 10 of gems chests, 10 of resource chests, 10 speed up chests, and 10 gold chests. You also get 140 runestone chests also. So why do I list Battlefield, Bog, and Boc, and how to obtain shield? Well, you see right here where it says 10 Boc chest gems. In this chest, when you open it, you will get roughly, at least I think, let me see if I spent it or not already. Yeah, I spent it already. You get probably 14 of 500 gems, 5 of 1000 gems, things like that. Okay, but the reason why I don't pick SVS is that you lose more than what you've earned. Of course, if you're good, let's say you have the same amount of power as I did, and someone came in and hit you, killed 400 millions of your troops, you kill 800 millions of theirs, you get 300,000 gems. That seems good, right? 300,000 gems. But here's the catch. Okay, how big is your hospital? Because my capacity is 1 million. So 800 million, okay, or 600 million only Okay, I could only have 1 million in my hospital, and if I lose 600 million, it will go into my holy place under revival troop soul, and I will be using millions or perhaps billions of RSS, and also my soul stone, source of life. Okay, soul stone, which I need to revive sometime when you have so many wound, you don't have enough soul stone, okay, soul crystal, to revive your troops. You're gonna have to put out the money even more to get the soul crystal and enough RSS to revive your troops. And if you don't revive it within 3 days or so, guess what? All your troops will be gone. Okay, all your troops will die. And that's the thing about SVS and Battlefields, that SVS, you gain something, but the loss is greater than your gain. For Battlefield Bog and Bog, whether you lose or win, you will gain more than you lose. Okay, once you acquire enough gems, you can go ahead and go to click up on here and click on items, click on war, and of course you can purchase like I did. I already purchased 3 days. You can purchase 24 hours or 3 days or 7 days. No one is crazy enough to purchase in 7 days. It's freaking expensive. Or 8 hours. And that's how you obtain shield to protect your asset. Now let's move on to gathering and RSS. How can you be independent? Okay, RSS free from world map. Okay, in case if your server is toxic, how can you avoid gathering from the world map? Let's take a look at RSS. Evony extensively release new server all the time. These are some of the possibility why people from old server jumps onto the new server that was released. And yes, if you are thinking the same way as I do, toxic player is also considered one of the jumper. So how do we sustain enough resources and be independent from world map RSS collection, so that we won't get annihilated when the server becomes inhabited with toxic players? Let's go over some of the things you need. This part of the section is an up-to-date to my last video a while back regarding RSS independent. First thing is first, if you don't already obtain gathering general such as Queen Jinduk, keep trying. She is the best gathering general the game can offer. Another alternative general that you can obtain while in the process of getting Queen Jinduk is Guys Marius. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce the name right, but you know, I tried my best. And these generals are located in Europe. Scroll down right here. This general gives you the gathering speed for ore 30%, lumber and stone 15% from the world map. Okay, another one alternative that you can use is Constance 1. After resource gathering brings back 20% extra resource from world map, resource spots, and increase troop load by 20%. And she's also located in Europe. Another alternative that you can get is from Japan, Shimasu. After food gathering, bring back extra 30% from the farm on the world map and increase resource gathering speed by 10%. Another alternative, you can locate this one in the others category, and that is Princess Lucy. She basically increased resource gathering speed by 15%. So those are the alternative that you can get if if you're in the process of getting a Queen Jin Duke, all these generals can be obtained from tavern, and it is not restricted, which means you don't have to buy event packs to get them. The problem is, if it shows up in your tavern, it is rotation, and if you're lucky, you landed on Queen Jin Duke. Once you obtain these generals, you can cultivate it, you can put gathering gear, and you're good to go. Collect RSS from world map as much as possible. When server is not on the brink of war, take that to your advantage. Send out generals that specialize in RSS collection to collect resources. Some of you ask, what level RSS tile should I collect? And to answer that, you should collect tiles that you know you will finish. Do not collect tiles that is beyond what you can send. Okay, let's take a look. All players, I gotta tell you this, all players from every server hate the fact that they find a level 13 or 14 tiles, and when they click on it, it was halfway collected. They will have to clean up your mess. Tile will not spawn if you do not finish. Make sure the tile you collect, you finish it. If you can't finish it, resend it. Okay, resend your troops to that specific tile that you collect and finish collecting it. Whether you collect world map tiles or alliance tile, remember to switch your monarch spec to that specific tile you are collecting to increase the buffs. And this is how you do it. You click on your avatar, and on the bottom right here, let's say if you collect lumber, you should switch to lumber collecting speed. It will give you whatever speed at whatever level of monarch spec that you have. Okay, this will increase. Also, if you're in alliance and if your alliance has a buff, let's see if I can get this up. No. What happened? Oh, I'm clicking on the warehouse. My bad. Right here, increase all gathering resource gathering speed a certain percentage. Whether it's up to your alliance hive if it's level 1, 2, or 3. Okay. So the same thing as alliance tile. You already have a buff provided from your alliance, which is increase all gathering resources speed, plus your monarch spec. That gives you a lot of gathering speed percentage that you can have. So overall, always, and I mean constantly, collect RSS majority of the time from the alliance tile. Another thing I did not put in is your RSS keep production. Okay, let's go into mine. These are the RSS that you have inside your account, the slot that inside the account. And of course I would get into that in the construction section. But gathering RSS is not the only way you can obtain resources to help build your castle and train your troops. Attacking or rallying bosses will provide you with RSS, speed ups, materials, and more. So let's go into the boss section and we can review this. Boss will spawn all over the server. At this point, it is first come, first serve. It depends who sets the rule for the server to balance out alliances using speed ups to get to boss first. Killing boss will reward you with so much more than just collecting RSS, whether you are the leader of the rally or you just joining the rally. If you are a leader of a rally and that you are always doing a rally, expect that your alliance members will depend on you more often to down a boss. If one day you cannot be on, and it happened, other members will have to step up. For example, right now, some of my members are high enough to do their own rallies, and since I'm doing this video, I'm only gonna join the rally. I'm gonna send one troop, no general. The reason why I'm sending that one troop with no general, I'll explain in a little bit. Joining rally is an easy thing for members. If you are either at a low level and cannot run the boss yourself, you can join a rally. Or if you're just a lazy arse and don't want to run boss, you can join one. Most of the time, members that join boss will send max units to help out the rally leader. But if the leader is strong enough to take on a specific boss, it is not required for you to bring loads of troops. Only bring one troop and a general. Okay, for example, the previous boss that one of my members lost stage is running is Junior Knight, and it's at 65 million. She's at 142 million, and of course she can run this boss herself. She's sending about 360,000 tier 12, and her general is at 2.4 million. So I'm only joining with one general. The reason why is that the majority of your alliance, if you have a bunch of members in your alliance, if your percentage of each and individual member, if the double drop percentage is really high and you send only one troop, no general, the outcome is that you will still receive a double drop. Let's go over to my report. Here are some of the boss that I ran with only one, no general, one troop. Here's an example right here, no general. For the ones that I joined that has a general, on the bottom it will show general. Let me see if I have one. No, I'm gonna have to go through all this. See right here, it says general. That's the one that I sent a general with one troop. If you don't send any general, it will end up just showing up a screen just like this. And as you can see, I have a double drop of a medium warlord chest, two of them. So if your alliance have a lot of members and the percentage of a double drop exceed 30% or so, you can bring only one lower tier troop and no general. You still get double drop. It is part of Evony algorithm, depends on how big your alliance is. Now, for smaller alliance or new player, just started from a new server or recently joined an existing server, they tend to run all bosses. But do remember, not all boss will give you the same amount of rewards. I would suggest you run boss level 10 and up. Starting from level 10, boss will give you speed ups and materials, and level 11 and up will start giving you a substantial resource along with speed ups, materials, and other things. Another thing that is part of castle growth is doing battlefield Boc and Bog. So let's head over to that section. The reason why I picked Bog and Boc over SVS is that Bog and Boc have a slight advantage. Though both SVS and Battlefield have a pro and con to them, Let's go over them to find out why. The benefits of Bog and Bog is that you never lose troops. Whether you win or lose, you will still get rewards. It depends on how you score throughout the event. If you score low, and you get lower rewards. If you score high, you get rewards at a higher rate. You get rewards such as gems, resource, speed ups, gold, badges, and so on. Another pro to joining Bog and Bog is that it will help you learn how to PvP. It will teaches you how to work together as a teamwork, and also how to work together with certain individual of your members to take down an enemy. You can use this as a training section, so just in case later on you can decide to join SVS to help out your server. It will also help you how to ghost your unit. So just in case when you get attacked, you won't have troops expose themselves to get wounds. Also, you get dragon crystal, or if you rank top, you get dragon egg to unlock special dragons. Now, the disadvantage of Bog and Boc Battlefield is that you cannot unlock wings. You cannot unlock wander. You have the badges to do so, but it will require you to do SVS to be able to unlock wander. And of course, you cannot unlock Ares gears. These disadvantages ties into SVS, and sooner or later you will have to step into the realm of SVS to claim all these things for you to be able to move towards end games. Okay, now let's talk about the pros of SVS. You will get all the disadvantage that Bog and Bog did not provide, such as unlocking wings, unlocking wander, and unlock Ares gear. Let's take a look at the requirements for you to unlock SVS wings. You need to be in the top 5. Okay, let's take a look at the previous SVS. I don't join SVS because I don't have time to be sitting around, camping people and all those things like that. You need to be in top 5 to be able to unlock the wings, and this is during the SVS. Okay, for you to unlock wander, you need to hold throne and crown as king or queen of server. Okay, and this can be negotiated if the top alliance are willing to negotiate. Okay, so you can have top 5 alliance on the server, rotate every week or so for certain members to be king to unlock the wonder. You also need top 5 to be able to unlock Ares gear in the SVS. Let's take a look at the Ares. Let's go to wander. I don't know why my mouse is just running around, but let's go to glory. So here's another thing, is that unlocking, you need to be king for 2 times to unlock level 2, but we'll get to that another time. Level 1, so require unlock 1 dragon from each dragon. With each dragon power reaches 500 and achieves. That's for the boots. Now, for example, if I want to unlock my Ares chest, okay, I go equipment upgrade. If I go to chest right here, it says I need to have Forge 30, and unlock level 1 Wonder. And the requirement for level 1 Wonder is that you need to have you need to take thrones, and you need to be in the top 5 SVS. Okay, the disadvantage of SVS is that there's too much at risk. Now you're trying to push yourself to be placed in the top 5 rank. You lose a lot more troops if you cannot revive all within a certain amount of time. You lose all RSS if you get hit. That is, if you had loads of RSS open. And if you have no knowledge of PvP, you will consider useless. Perhaps instead of winning points for your server, you probably be giving points to the opposite side, causing your server to lose. It won't turn out well, and you will hear bad things after that. Overall, the loss is more than the gain. But for a steady growth before you step into SVS is towards Battlefield. Keep on gaining till you think that time is right for you to step out of your comfort zone and fight. People tend to look aside and only focus on RSS, boss, and all those things. When dealing with combat, one thing for sure that is super important is research. Research holds the key to a stronger castle. Let's take a look at the research section. If you want to grow your castle at a steady pace, this is called turtling. It's a slow process, but it's safe. You want to focus on your research to build. This is the focus of RSS independent, defense, and mixture of military for troop loads. What you want to focus on is research growth. This fall into 4 categories: advancement, defense, military, and of course alliance. Let's go ahead and go into research, and let's click on advancement. In the advancement tech tree, you want to max out everything. Do not split research. Focus on one and get it done, and then go on to the next one. What you don't need to research on much, except for putting a few points in so it would open the next research slot, is you don't want to max out gathering march speed. The reason why you don't want to max this out is that fast or slow, you will eventually get to your tile. Another one you don't want to max out is counterpart, advanced gathering march speed. You just need to put in the points to activate the next slot so you can research it. Also, the third one you don't want to put so much point in is gems gathering. I gotta tell you, it takes forever to gather those gems. You don't need to put too much point into it. It is useless. After all that, you can max out all your research in the research field below. Okay, make sure you max it out and move on. Let's move on to the defense tree. Now in the defense tree, it is a little different than advancement tree. In this area, you will need to research everything. Even though there are certain slots I did not max out due to the reason that I have enough speed ups or buffs to push what I need to complete without maxing that slot. For example, advanced automation. If I build traps, I can use speed up to finish it. Blacksmith, I can put in my general into forge. I can switch my Monarch spec, and I can use the rest of the speed up to finish my crafting. And for general revival, my general is not gonna die because I don't participate in SVS. Now alone, I'm always bubble, so the chance of my general dying and in need of revival, it's very rare. Okay, those are the three that to me I don't need to max, but everything else below I do need to max. Especially when you're cranking out for further troop layering, you need to max out cooking and super cooking. For military, you need to research all slot due to extra march slot and march size increase. Okay, for example, you don't have to max everything out in the beginning. Just put all the points so you can get the march slot. Okay, put all the point and then you can get march size. Do all those until you get to the very end, and then later on you can come back and of course max it out. Now you will need to focus on your alliance tech tree. You will want to put points into each tech to open up new ones. Once you find yourself opening the gathering and extra bonus and production, all the stuff like that right here, and you want to max that out. This gives you extra buffs and boosts while gathering in your alliance tile. Majority of the time, your interaction with your alliance, it's much more than you think. You be rallying boss, you be doing gathering an RSS alliance farm, so you're gonna need to max these production, like advanced agriculture, alliance lumber, alliance mining, alliance masonry, and go down and bonus, all this stuff like that. Be sure to max them out. Okay, you gotta be consistent. Just like gathering resources, you must constantly research your tech. Do not leave your tech idle. Be consistent. After you achieve all that, you can gradually go into other tech tree. Don't sidetrack. Do not research something that you do not have benefit for. Right now, what you want to grow your castle at least to K30 and up. This is what you would need to do. As far as research, construction of facility within your castle is also important. You must upgrade buildings that require for you to upgrade your keep while maintaining a split build. Now let's jump into construction section and we can talk about it. Your castle facility plays another important role. The higher your facility is, the chances you can upgrade your keep to the next level. Upgrading buildings isn't always fun. It takes forever, and the higher your buildings are, the longer it will take you to finish constructing it. Always upgrade your facility. Never let it idle. Open up another build slot. Use 300 gems or 500 gems over here. Right now I have three slot that are building, but eventually you're gonna have one free slot, one slot that's 300 gems and one slot that's 500 gems, so you can build more than just one building. It helps a lot to have multiple construction in process instead of just one. If construction is a couple of hours to complete, go ahead and use the speed up to finish it, and then start construction a different one. Now, if you want to be an RSS independent, I would suggest you focus your keep production first. Okay, focus on your in-keep production. I'm talking about all these right here. Okay, this is my build. I would have 4 farms, 9 wood, 6 stones, and 9 ore productions. Do not have too much farm. It's a waste of time, and your troops probably consume all your food. By the time you come back to use it, it'll probably be gone. Always upgrade production resources to your current keep level. Okay, as you can see, I have some that are 31, I have some that are level 32, level 33, and of course level 35. I'm trying to upgrade all, but upgrading all buildings to level 35 is insanely long. Like for example this one right here is currently level 34. Saw me upgrading to 35. It takes 96 days. It used to be 100 something days, but I used a couple speed ups. That's how long it takes for you to actually build something. I just let it run, at this point in time. I just let it run. Now, split building is a good thing to do. For example, if you have, like, I have 3 building slot open. Okay, if I have 3 building slot open, I will put 2 of my slots, okay, focusing on resource production, like any one of these resource. And the 3rd slot, I will focus on one of the requirement facility, such as barrack, archers, archer camp academy, and so on. I don't see it in any other way except doing bosses regular. It's gonna bring you RSS. To me, I don't even farm world maps at all. I just farm my alliance tile and collect my RSS within my castle. As far as shield gathering, boss, battlefield, research, and construction goes, the last thing you would want to have in your castle is, of course, troops. Yes, troop training and learning. Let's head to troop training section and we'll talk about it more. Troops is what this game is all about. Massive armies causing destruction to another player's castle, or defending up of crazy wild attacks. What are some of the good ways to have a large armies at our disposal? Well, let's talk about it. There's some way you can obtain these type of armies. For example, in training rotation. I don't know how you guys do your training for your troops, but I train mine in rotation. For example, if I train my ground troop as my highest tier, my archer, mounts, and siege, I would train him at my lowest tier. And when my ground troop finish training, I will go on to the next one. I will speed up training process, once or twice a day, just to crank out troop at a faster rate. If I am a boss runner, definitely I would train mount troops at its highest tier more often, due to the fact that I rally boss more often. Let me show you what I mean when I'm telling you or saying I train troops in rotation. So, for example, let me finish all these training right here so I can show you what I mean when I say training rotation. Okay, so let's start off. So today I'm going to train, let's say, archer at its tier 13 archer. Actually, I could train more than 9,000. So right now I don't have my generals as duty. I could only train 9,000. Let's say if I take this general off of my keep. So you saw the 9,000, right? So let's go back to it. 7,000. Okay. So if I put my highest general on into my keep, okay, it will increase my training capacity 30%, depending on the duty requirements right here. 30%. So I am senior keep officer. Okay, it depends on how you cultivate your general to meet the duties requirement. Okay, and as you can see, I am training at 9,000, but I could train even more than 9,000 if I put my second general into archer camp or barrack or things like that. So I'm gonna take out Roland, and because he is in workshop, I will put him in archer. So he is now a special archer camp officer. So I had 9,000. Now I'm training at, let's say, 16,000 troops. Okay, that is going to cost me 145 million wood, 48 million stone, 48 million farms of food. Okay, since I don't have 48 million, let's get 48 million and I can show you what's going on. Get some more. Okay, so for example, if I want to train this one right here, I'm going to train higher troop. Okay, so let's make sure that you also switch your monarch, the martial crown, into training speed, because at a rate of 16,000 training troops, it's gonna cost me 10 days. So I'm going to train tier 13 16,000 archers. Take me 10 days. I'm gonna click training. There goes all my RSS. So then for other training facility, I'm also going to switch out Roland, because he's the only high general that I can, well, him and Jung Hung Dao, I can only put one of the guys to whichever that I'm training. I'm going to put him into barrack this time. So instead of training tier 13, which I already did for the archer, I'm going to train my lower troop. I got this guy to 1 million already, so I'm going to train this guy. Okay, I need 16 million. Okay, this is my lower tiers. I've done all the layering for the previous one. Now I'm gonna do the next layering. So I'm gonna train the lower unit right now. This is, to me, my lower units. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into stable. I'm gonna switch out my general and put him into stable. Okay, and I'm not gonna train tier 14. I activate tier 14 for my stable only. I'm not going to train tier 13, 12, 11, 10. I'm going to train my lowest, next level lowest troop layering tier. So I'm going to train it at this 15,000. I need food. Okay. And of course siege. I'm going to take out Roland from stable and put him into workshop. You don't have to do like I did. If you have more than one general that are above the requirement for duties, you can put them all, each general into training facility, and you don't have to like keep on taking it out, putting it in and things like that. But me, I only have 2 of these guys. I'm still working on other general, but at the moment I only have 2. So workshop, I'm going to train my next learning, this guy. Okay, so as you can see, I have my archer training a tier tier 13, which is the highest for the archer for me, and the rest is my troop layering. Now let's say I finish my archer and I go to the next one, which is my barracks. Okay, so let's gonna, for demonstration, I'm gonna take all my RSS because I got a bunch of RSS in my packs. I got billions of RSS and also my ults too, which, you know, things like that. But this is a pure demonstration, so let's finish the training. So I started training archer at tier 13, 16,000 archers, and then the rest is just my troop layering. So I'm gonna finish this training. Okay, finish. Okay, so let's say the next day you want to speed train, you click finish on everything. So what's the next unit that you want to train? It's up to you. Okay, let's say the next unit I want to train is my barracks, my ground troop. So I'm gonna do the same thing. If you have a higher level general that meets your duty, you can put all 4 of them into the training, so you don't have to take them out, put them in, just like me. Okay, so once again, I'm gonna take my rolling out up to stable, and I am going to put him into barracks, and I would train my tier 13, and this is a lot of resource. What a bummer. So 90 something. Okay, this is just pure demonstration, but it's okay. I need 39 million. Okay, so 13,000 ground troops, 8 days. So I'm gonna go ahead and click him. Then I'm gonna train. I'm gonna take this out, my general out. I'll put him in archer. And I am going to train my lower troops. Earlier I trained tier 13 archer, but I finished, so I went and trained ground troops, tier 13. Now I push back for archer, to train archer for my layering instead of doing tier 13. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for a stable. Stable. Okay, I would train stable. Gosh, I'm consuming a lot of resource. That's okay. I'm just doing demonstration for you guys, so you guys would get what I'm trying to say by training rotation. Okay, this is my troop layering, and then of course siege, same thing. Okay, that's 14 million. Let's take that and train. Okay, so basically I started with archer tier 13, and that leaves me with ground troop layering, low troop training, mount troop layering, siege troop layering. They're all low train troops. Okay, and when I finish, I switch to ground troop tier 13, and I start training archer, lower tier for layering, still managing mount for low tier, siege for low tier. Now once I finish with ground troop tier 13, I go to mount. You can choose mount or siege. I'm gonna train mount as high tier, tier 13. If you have tier 14, do it, but I'm gonna train tier 13, and then that leaves me with ground troop layering, low troop, archer low troop, siege low troop. Once I finish my mount, I'm gonna go to siege, train it as tier 13, and all three of them, the rest of them, will be troop layering. That's what I meant by troop rotation. Okay, and that's the best way to go if you want to rotate training over and over and over again, so you would have equal units. Okay, I mentioned a lot, and I really mentioned a lot about toxic server and toxic player. One day you find people that are nice and down to earth. The next day they are as toxic as it can get. Define toxic, and what are the traits of a toxic player? Toxic players tends to have unexpected reaction. They will randomly burn down hive. They will tile hit you when you are gathering. They will cause disturbancy within the community to gain attention from either their top players or players in general. So what can we do to limit ourselves from any association with toxic players during gathering? That is when you will use those, that's when you use those lower tier units like tier 1. Okay, you sent tier 1 out to do most of your farming, leaving all the top tiers home for safety. Okay, just in case you get tile hit from a toxic player or any player, they're only hitting your lower tier troops. Lower tier troops are easy to retrain. Okay, they are faster to train. They cost less than higher tier troops. So it's better than sending out all your higher tier troops to training and then get loads of wounds and cost you millions or millions of RSS to revive it. Okay, for RSS and gathering information, please refer back to gathering RSS section. That is where I explain to you about alliance tile and world tile and all the stuff like that. Speaking of troops and the power your castle gives off, do not be fooled to think that you are strong with the amount of troops you have. Troops is just 1/3 of power structuring. Other segments are tied into it to make your troops worth its power. Good general play a very important role in how your troops perform. Besides generals, your tech tree connects your general and your troops together. The more troops you have as a layering, the better it is. This, of course, is good for Bog and Bog, bad for SVS. The reason why it's bad for SVS is since lower troops, will fill up your hospital if you decide to do SVS. Since lower troops fill up your hospital, the next hit you receive, your high tier troops will die due to no more space available in your hospital. Okay, so if you want to take this guide of mine into consideration of building your defense, and if your main focus is on battlefield, this is a great guide for you. Okay, if one day you decide to step out into your comfort zone and do SVS, remember, okay, you will end up losing more than you gain. So in conclusion, whether you play as a defense player or an attack, there's always a right way and a wrong way of building your castle. I had to learn it the hard way because when I built my castle, no one taught me to do what was right. I mean, I end up wasting my time, money, and the resource that I had. That is why I created this video, to guide you through the process so that you won't make the same mistakes as I did. A lot of players from all over Evony's server made mistake at least once during their play. Whether if they want to take the initiative to learn from it and turn it around to be a better player or not, it's up to them. Some people or some player are absolutely hard-headed than others, and some players know the process behind the build, but they don't want to show others because they don't want those they show to become stronger, bigger than them. Okay, but to me, I like to show my players, I like to show people that started playing this game or been playing this game for a while but cannot grasp the build behind it or the fundamental things, the mechanic side of Evony. I like to give them guidance, and I hope that you guys like this guide. Okay, if you do, please, you know what to do. Give me a like to show support, subscribe, and of course turn on your notification for my next video. And I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. I know it's a long video, but here's the thing, okay? On the bottom in the description, I timestamped, and also as you can see on the video, there are sections of timestamp that you can go to. For example, if you feel that one section is pretty boring, you want to go to the next one, feel free to do so. It's all in the description, also on the screenplay. Okay, thanks guys for coming to my channel and gave me the support that I need. Till then, happy gaming. Later guys.